All right, hello everyone, and welcome back once again to TCR Trinity Competitive Racing. We are here tonight for round 8 of season 12 in this platinum class of TCR, and we are at the Hungaroring in Hungary for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Welcome everybody, this is Blue Machine with you guys once again for another race in this platinum class. With me in the booth tonight is Fire Up Flo. How's it going?
Hey, Glenn, doing great. Excited to be. I don't think I commentated Platinum last week. I'm just excited to see what they've been doing. I think I saw Taz's been continuing to go on a tear, so no surprises there, but it's going to be a fun day. Looks like we got dry qualifying. So yeah, I'm excited to get the race going.
Yeah, we had some mixed weather for the last couple of days here for the classes, for the other classes and their races. Silver was completely dry, gold was completely wet. I'm wondering maybe we'll get a little bit of a mix of both here tonight. Maybe we'll get a dry quali and a wet race. We don't really know, but if you guys are joining the stream, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Welcome to TCR. If you're brand new, make sure you leave us a like and subscribe to the channel. Leave some comments in the chat. Let us know if you might be interested in racing with us as well. We've got some links in the description of the video where you can join this league, and also you can check out our affiliate sponsor, Fanatec, which I'm sure a lot of you guys already know, but if you use that link, you'll be supporting the league, and you'll also be able to get yourself some good equipment there, as Passassin sets the first qualifying time here in tonight's qualifying session ahead of the race. It's a 1:15.8, and just a reminder for those of you who might not know, but Passassin is currently on a crazy winning streak. He's done 5 in a row. He's currently at the top of the points with 123.5 points, and the half is unfortunately due to last week's race, where we had a disconnection in the Platinum class after doing about 65% of the race. And then, unfortunately, the whole lobby shut down for most of the drivers. I think most of us got kicked out of that one, so we had to end it early. So the drivers got half points from the lap that it ended. And, yeah, so we've got a couple of people with half points on the board. But Passassin on a 5-race winning streak in a row. He's been absolutely dominating it. But tonight he's got the likes of Breezy here to try and battle him. Oh, there's a little bit of trouble there with 007, and I couldn't see who was in front of him. I think that might have been Claudio or Breezy, one of the Red Bulls. And he got in his way. It looks like the Red Bull got in the way of 007 on a hot lap, and he ended up making a tiny little bit of a touch on the back of the car there, and then a big spin. So he's pulling back into the pits. Now, just wanted to ask Fire Flow, are you having the same message popping up on the screen constantly of us migrating hosts?
Actually, no. I guess I'm lucky enough to not see that.
All right, well, that's an interesting one, because I've been having that going on pretty much as soon as qualifying started. So I hope this stream stays up, and I hope we don't have any more problems. But yeah, this game has been kind of brutal to us for the last couple of weeks here, with the disconnection last week, with my disconnection on Tuesday, and myself and Hallberg, and I think a couple of other people also had a disconnection problem on Tuesday in the silver race. Yeah, I'm just holding my fingers crossed right now that we're going to be able to watch the whole race here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully so, because it can be a good race. And we do see a couple guys out there starting on, or at least putting in laps on mediums. I don't know if they're going to end up staying on those mediums. I think they'll probably go to softs. It is sometimes more of a viable strategy here. The softs go off pretty quick, and the usual strategy is soft to hard or soft, medium, soft. So sometimes if you can do a quick lap on the mediums, then you can have a really good strategy play out. But we can already see, I think, yeah, Passassin's gonna be back on. And sorry to Passassin, I think I said Taz 5 wins in a row earlier. But yeah, I mean, Mebe with a 16.8 is these are right times, right? Mebe's third with 16.8.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing as well.
All right. Just want to make, with the glitches, just want to make sure. Yeah, I mean, that 16.8 is not going to hold up for a while. So I think unless someone can, maybe like Passassin, can put in a really fast lap on mediums, I think most will end up on softs.
Yeah, this is going to be quite interesting here, but maybe and Dreamzy and Psycho Sane as well as Warriorins. We haven't seen Warriorins in a couple of weeks here, or maybe even more. It's nice to see his name back up in the Platinum class as well. Welcome back to TCR once again, Warriorins. Let's see if he can put in some good times here, but he's currently good enough on the medium tire with a 117.7. We've got maybe with a 116.8 also. This could be quite interesting. A brand new set of medium tires, and he's going to try and take that one around here and see where he will end up. But currently, he's still sitting in 5th place with a 117.0. So already, we're very, very close here in qualifying, and Hungaroring is a track that, you know, there are a few overtaking opportunities, but really it's about being in the right time at the right place when other drivers make mistakes or maybe strategy plays. The only other thing I can think of here is, you know, incidents and things like that, like safety cars that sort of reset the race. But other than that, it's a very technical track. It's pretty much what they call Monaco without the walls. So we'll see how it works.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Glenn. The tough thing about this track is basically you're going to be setting up the pass the entire lap. I mean, you're either going to hope and pray for a big mistake, or and that's the problem too. Is even if someone makes a mistake in front of you, you can't always even get by him. So it's always just setting it up for turn 1 and turn 2. And at this track, especially coming out of turn 1, and we'll probably see a lot of guys start going for passes there. But it's never too big of a deal if you don't make it stick on the first turn, because if you get good traction going into the next part, you're going to have DRS, assuming it's going to be dry race. So you're going to have DRS, and a lot of times a lot of the passes end up happening on turn 2. You know, side by side, turn 1, probably hang on to DRS and get to turn 2. But other than that, you can maybe try to make it stick into turn 3. I tried last night in the wet, did not work, and it normally does not work. Trying to go, or not, excuse me, not turn 3, turn 4, going around turn 4. But either way, this track is still a lot of fun, and I think we're gonna see. Yeah, I still think. I mean, Taz on the mediums, but I think he's probably gonna end up switching to soft. So I'm surprised at these times right now. I think we should be seeing a lot more guys in the 15s.
Well, it's still very early, still 8 minutes to go as Dreamzy finishes a quick lap there with a 116.8 on the medium tire. And Tasmanian Devil, the returning champion here, currently put himself into 4th place with a 116.1 also on that medium tire. So a lot of drivers trying to get into the top 10 on those mediums, and then of course if you end up in, you then have free choice, and I bet that 11th person is probably going to go for a set of mediums as well, especially around this particular track. Strategy here definitely plays a big part.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Bill. And this is one of those tracks, funny enough, where being in 11th, you're perfectly happy. But being in 10th or 9th, and you're kind of like, shoot. I almost wish I would have gone a little bit slower just for the strategy. But no, either way, I think you're right. I think most guys, 11th on, 11 through 14, will probably start on mediums. They might as well. They're just as good. They're pretty good if they're close enough to the softs and pace. And what they're going to do is just allow them to go longer and hope maybe for a safety car, and let the softs pit early and then get in free air. So, and the other nice thing about starting on mediums, even if you do start, let's say you start on mediums in 11th, anything can happen in the first turn, and you can get by 3 or 4 or 5 guys, just with one crash, and there you are up in the top, top spots with medium tires and are in a really good spot. So, yeah, it doesn't even matter. I would say, not doesn't matter, but if you do have a tougher qualifying or you do get down the grid, this is certainly a place where you can get back.
And Bats Plus there putting himself up into P3 with a 115.9 and pulling back up into the pits after doing a couple of laps here. Zeppelin is out there on a hot lap. Let's jump on board with him as he comes into the chicane here of turns 7 and 6, or 6 and 7. And then goes through to 8 and 9. This is a very technical section of the track. Goes a little bit wide off there, but we're allowed to use those red and white curbs there. Oh, a little bit too wide on the exit of that one. but he still kept it nice and clean as he now finishes it up through turn 12 and just turn 14 or 13 to go. Oh no, he's gonna abort this one and go into the pits. So he wasn't quite happy with that particular lap. We've got a couple more people out there. Our fellow commentator, Chatty Duck, is out on a brand new set of soft tires with Mebby and Tasmanian Devil and Dreamsy joining them now as well. Dreamsy coming out there on that same set of mediums that he was using on his first attempt. So they might be worn, or they might be worn in. We'll have to wait and see what sort of time he's going to post up here, but it's getting close to the end of this qualifying now, about 5 minutes to go. So we're going to see our drivers going for pretty quick laps here, I'd imagine.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. And, you know, Breezy up there on top with a really good time of 15.2. Well ahead of Passassin. And, you know, looking at it, Breezy hasn't won a race since the very first race. And since then, he hasn't been on the podium. So hopefully we can see Breezy come through with a good race, because, I mean, he looks fast right now. And Assassin is always going to be fast. But he's in a good spot right now. He's got another lap in him. I'm actually still surprised to see Dreamsy on the mediums. Because the only thing now is now you're just putting extra laps on the mediums, because you only get one set of it going into qualifying. So it's always, sometimes it almost feels like if you do want to go for the means, you almost got a one shot, but they do last long, so I don't think it's going to hurt too much.
And we're watching aboard as Chatty Duck was purple through Sector 1, is about to finish Sector 2 here in just a second as he comes to the really quick right-hander there, and he is purple through Sector 2 as well, and he's about half a second quicker on his own best time, so that's going to put him around the 1:15.8 mark. Oh, a little bit of a slide there as he rides the curb on the outside of turn 14 or 13. And he's going to give that one up, unfortunately. Who is it behind him? There's that Tasmanian. Yeah, Tasmanian Devil is about to finish his lap. He was behind Chatty Duck, and he puts in a 1:14.8. So he's now the first person
quick
into the 1:14s, and that is 0.4 of a second quicker than Breezy in now second place. That brand new Red Bull livery looks really cool, by the way.
Yes, it does. Yes, it absolutely does. And I just saw Mebe dart into the pits as well. Basically, I think what happened, especially with Chatty, is, you know, he probably lost a half a tenth there, if not more, with that little drift. But once you drift out, and you know the lap's over, you might as well pit in and get another set of tires on. Yeah, one more chance, because if he would have stayed out and finished that lap, I don't think he would have had enough time to come in and change tires again. So it makes sense to go in and, looks like Chatty's going to throw on the mediums. He probably doesn't have another set of softs.
And Stanley there had a spin on the exit of turn 1, and that was in the way a little bit of Psychosane's hot lap, but he managed to get through it without too much trouble. Psychosane now, riding the curb on the entry into turn 4. That is a very, very dangerous corner there. If you catch that curb a little bit, like an inch off, maybe even a centimeter off, you're going to be flying off into that runoff area with a big wall at the end of it. So Psychosane getting a little bit of a tail whip there, but managing to keep it. Assassin getting out of the way of Psychosane as he makes his way through the quick right-hander there of turn 11, and now running into turn 12. Psychosane currently sitting in 10th position with a 1:17.4 on a brand new set of softs. So let's see what he can do here, if he can finish this lap. It looked like a pretty clean lap altogether. Around the last corner he comes now, opens up the DRS on the round down to the line. And he does improve by quite a bit there. Improves by over a second on his previous time and goes up to P5 at the moment with a 1:16.3. Now we've got Passassin starting a brand new hot lap.
Breezy's down about 3/10 right now going into the last sector.
Well, keep an eye on Breezy as well as Passassin rides the curb on the outside of the entry into turn 2, taking the whole track, using everything he can. Oh, he's got a spinning pass in front of him of Psychosane, who lost it on the exit of turn 3, as Passassin manages to navigate through that as well. Puts in a purple sector 1 after all is said and done. Wow. That is pretty impressive there as he now comes into the chicane of 6 and 7. A little bit too much of the chicane of the entry there but he manages to keep the car going straight, and now goes through turns 9 and 10. Just a few more corners to go. The really quick right-hander of 11 really clean through there. And now just a couple more corners to bring it to the line. That's a purple sector 2 as well. Currently for Passassin, can he beat Tasmanian Devil's time of 1:14.8? That was a very, very impressive time. Here comes Passassin around the last corner. Opens up that DRS wing. And he does improve.
Nice.
A
What a lap.
14.564. That is absolutely incredible. Tasmanian Devil is out on an outlap, but he's not going to be able to make it to the line here with just 20 seconds to go. I don't think he's going to have enough time, but we'll
Yeah.
keep a close eye on that clock as Breezy is also on the quick lap, but looks like he aborted. Bats Plus is finishing a lap right now. And Bats Plus puts in a 1:15.9, so stays in P4. Breezy, Tasmanian Devil, no, Tasmanian Devil is not going to make it to the line, so it's
No.
Passassin holding on to P1 at the moment. Bats Plus has aborted his next lap, or maybe not. Might be going for another one here. No, definitely not. I think he definitely aborted this
Okay.
one, so this could be it.
Yep, I think you're right, Blood. I think that is it, and that puts 007 in a prime position. I would say him and KGB are in a prime position. If there's a safety car early on, it will hurt their strategy, I think, because then the softs can pit. But other than that, they should be in a really good spot right there. I'd be extremely happy if I was 007 right now. And of course, Assassin just crushing as usual. Unbelievable these lap times. I mean, the between third and fourth is an entire second. I mean, it's just amazing. These guys, some of these guys are on another level.
So Breezy there also managed to get into the 114s with a 114.991, but that is it. Everyone is pulling into the pits. Everyone has
Yep.
done their times. I was watching Stanley thinking he might be another person to challenge for those top positions, but this is going to be it. Passassin gets another pole position. He didn't have it in Britain. He did have one. He didn't have one in Austria either. Actually, it's been Monaco for his last pole position, but he's going to be starting in P1 ahead of this race with Tasmanian Devil in second place. So both of them Mercedes 1 and 2 for the start of this race, with Breezy in third, Bats Plus in fourth, 007 in fifth, KGB Black Angel in sixth, Psycho Sane in seventh, Chatty Duck in eighth, Dreamsy in ninth, Stanley in 10th, Mebby in 11th, Zeppelin 12th, Warrior in 13th, and Claudio at the back out the grid in 14th place. But look at that mix of tires. 007 and KGB on mediums, Chatty Duck, Dreamsy, and Stanley on medium tires. So it's a 5-to-5 divide pretty much, or somewhere along there of tires of softs and mediums in the front.
Yeah, is Taz is a reserve?
Yeah, Taz this season unfortunately is a reserve since he's got school obligations. So
Okay.
yeah, he's only been, I think, in a couple of races so far this season. Let's see if he's got any points to his name. I actually don't
Um,
see any.
yeah, I was just wondering about that because I was thinking. I mean, going into turn one, I imagine. I guess Taz being a reserve, probably not gonna try to fight Pat Assassin too hard. I mean, he still will, that's for sure. But it'll be interesting to see what happens if he gets off the line quick. And of course, Breezy, he's going to be looking for a good finish here, and it looks like he can. He definitely has pace, but it'll be fun to see what happens with 007 and KGB on those mediums.
Yeah, I'm getting some news here from the chat. Seafreeze letting us know that this is the first time in Season 12 that we have had two champions on the grid at the same time. And this is Taz's
Wow,
debut in Season 12. And we're on
makes
the
sense.
grid
Yep.
now. It is looking a little grayish and foggy, but it is looking dry to start at least. So this could be a sign of things to come, or it could just clear up and go back into sunny conditions. But we'll keep a close eye on that weather here tonight.
Yep. I don't see any messages about the weather. I'm going to assume it's probably going to be dry. You know, the other thing that would be nice about the mediums, if you did know that there was possibility of rain, later on in the race. It would make a lot more sense for mediums. So I'm going to guess that it's going to be dry the whole race. Otherwise, I do think we'd see more guys throw on mediums. You know, if you knew that it was going to come maybe somewhere around the 20-minute mark, you might just want to throw those on and hopefully don't have to waste an extra pit stop doing it. But yeah, this is always this can be a tight turn one. The tough thing about this turn one is that if you get off track on the outside, it's really slippery going around that corner anyways, even when you're by yourself. So we'll unfortunately, just like last night in real life, sometimes if we have a dive bomb, this is a really hard corner to get out of the way of everybody crashing. So hopefully we'll see them go into it nicely. It is always tough though, but I feel for these guys. They don't have a line. I always have used a line, but these guys absolutely do not have a line, and so sometimes, especially into the wet, which is way harder, but going into turn one, you're wanting to go for a dive so hard, but you got to make sure to be safe. As they always say, you cannot win the race on the first lap, but you certainly can lose it.
Or as Fernando Alonso used to say, you always need to leave at the space.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, if you're just joining us now, thanks again for tuning in to another stream of Trinity Competitive Racing. This is Season 12 of this league. This is the Platinum class, the one that uses no assist whatsoever, no line, no traction control, no anything else like that. These guys pretty much have to drive these cars with their own wits and their own wheels or controllers or whatever they're using. Looking through the grid, though, it is definitely a majority of people on wheels, mostly Fanatec's, and then we've got some Thrustmasters, and then we definitely have a couple of quick people on controllers. For instance, Sequit, FYKV, Deathwish, Bats Plus. All of those people are controller users, and they are definitely no joke on this game and on previous games as well. So anyone here tonight can really come out as a champion or as a winner of this race. But we do have two champions on the grid of Passassin and Tasmanian of Breezy and Tasmanian Devil. So watch out for those people. Other than that, obviously, with the mix of strategies, 007 and KGB, DreamZ and Stanley, with those medium tires, they're going to be able to take it a little bit longer into the race. And it's a long pit straight here, or pit lane in Hungary. So sometimes that, that could hurt the guys on the soft tires. But we'll take a look and we'll see how it goes. Any predictions for the race, Fire Flow?
Yep, I think Breezy is going to stay in the top three, and I think I'll throw out there 007's gonna snatch a podium as well. I think.
And the lights go on. 3 go into turn 1 now. Tasmanian Devil is going to try and go down the inside on Passassin into turn 1. And they're going to be still side by side coming out of the corner. Let's jump on board with Breezy here so we can watch this firsthand as they're coming through. And it looks like Passassin is going to keep the lead of the race for now, with Breezy still in third, Bats Plus in fourth. We have a bunch of battles going on behind them. Psycho Sane and Stanley there were battling it out. Now Stanley looks to be attacking on 007 as they come up the hill for the first time into turn 4 there. And it looks like they're still keeping position. Did anybody change positions here? Yeah, KGB, Chatty Duck, those guys have gained a couple of positions there. And Stanley has gained a couple of positions for where he started as well. So, yeah, people are making moves already.
Yep, absolutely. That was nice and clean. Obviously, top 4 stayed alive, or stayed in the same spot. And I thought Taz almost had it up the inside, but, Passassin just around the outside with the extra traction. Going to do well. And it looks like, Chatty and KGB mixing it up. And it looks like, unfortunately, by 007, dropped back a couple, but that's okay. It's early on. KGB's probably feeling pretty nice right now, but he's going to want to make sure, try and do his best to catch up to Bats Plus to get in that DRS when it comes in another lap. Otherwise, he is against threat against Chatty, eating him up on those softs early on. All
right, let's see if there's anything else going on here. Everybody keeping it pretty calm and collected on the opening couple of laps here. We did have a couple of position changes off the start, but nothing major, no incidents, and no major contact that I could see. Everybody is still continuing on as well, so we will keep a close eye on all the battles going on. In the lead, it's Passassin and his teammate for tonight's race, Tasmanian Devil, making his Season 12 debut here tonight, but of course, he is the Season 11 champion of this Platinum class who dominated Season 11. I think he also had the record for the most wins in a single season. However, Passassin could win 6 in a row here tonight if it goes his way. And I think Tasmanian and Breezy might be the two people that could possibly put a stop to that, as Mebby loses some positions there. I'm not sure what happened to him. I think he might have had a little bit of a moment, and now Psychosane is right on the back of him as well, trying to capitalize on his mistakes.
Yep, absolutely. And it looks like KGB, I mean, the softs right now are just much faster, so KGB is going to basically lose it to bats. I think it's going to be really hard for him to catch up, but now he's just got to defend with his life against Chatty, and Chatty right now, all he's thinking about is getting past KGB as fast as possible. Otherwise, his softs are basically going to waste right now. You know, he's basically just trying to stay with someone on mediums, and then he's going to have to pit if he doesn't get past him. So right now, he's got to be thinking about saving the RS through these last two sectors. Not really going to be a spot to try to pass anywhere. Just keep it on lines. Absolutely do not touch that curb on the inside. It is instant death, as it has been in almost every installment of the F1 game in Hungary. But right now, yeah, being a part of that train that they're in, you know, 007, he's kind of in a tough spot too. And we have Yellow Sector 2. Who is that, Claudio? Yeah, it looks like he's going on a spin. I'll be interested to see what happens with Zeppelin. It's a bold move throwing on the hards, but you know, the hards on this track work a lot better than a lot of the other tracks. So I don't think it's an absolute terrible strategy. I always think it's good to go for the gamble, especially when I think he did start in 13th or close to it. So it'll be fun to play or see how that plays out. And Taz is doing a very good job of keeping up with Passassin right now. Love to see it.
Yeah, he just had the DRS enabled there for the first time in this race, because even though DRS got enabled on lap 3, the DRS zones on this track, they both have the same detection zone on the exit of the last corner, so you actually don't get it until lap 4. And he was about a second behind, and just in a matter of one DRS zone, he was able to catch up very, very quickly. As we have another spinner, it's Dreamzy, and he almost got into the way of Zeppelin there. They came very, very close as he was rejoining the track. But yeah, what I was saying... Sorry, yeah, what I was saying before, there's that Tasmanian Devil really managed to catch up super, super quickly, and he's going to have another chance to possibly overtake. But here's an interesting thought. Tasmanian Devil is a reserve. He is driving as a teammate of Passassin's here tonight. I'm wondering if they're, you know, in a voice chat together, or if they are driving as a free-for-all as, you know, Rosberg and Lewis used to do in their Mercedeses. Because that would be an amazing race. If they keep on going back at it and they battle it out throughout this race, we are in for a great show. But on this DRS zone now, Tasmanian doesn't really gain much. I think Passassin was probably using a little bit of his battery to try and get ahead.
Yeah, and it looks like 007 just got past Chatty, so I don't know if they're in a chat together. They're teammates as well. But the interesting thing about Taz and Passassin, and I do think they are fighting it out, because Passassin just has such a big lead right now in the championship. I don't think he's too worried about it. And I think Taz will play fair. Obviously, he doesn't want to mess with the championship leader, who's in first right now. But I absolutely do think they will fight. But at this point in the race, I don't think they will do too much of it, because right now they can work together. Essentially, Paz can I mean, they don't even need to be in the chat to figure this out. Passassin is going to set basically the laps. Taz is going to stay in the DRS best he can. As long as he stays in the DRS, they're going to get away from Breezy, which is what they're really going to want, because, you know, it's one thing, all right, they can fight it out, but you don't want to be worried about the next guy coming in trying to catch everybody up. So I think right now for the first stint, I think they're going to be pretty nice to each other, unless Passassin makes a big mistake or something like that. And then I think later on in the race is when they'll go for more moves. But as we see Taz, you know, I mean, he's coming on him. You never know. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, that would have been an aggressive dive, but at the same time, I do think he's going to play it more safe early on and try to get away from Breezy. Looks like what just happened? Bats just got overtaken by KGB. That's huge.
Yeah, Bats there all of a sudden dropped the
Oh,
position to KGB. It looks like 007 is now right on the back of both of them as well, so he's kind of benefiting from that whole situation. We were watching as Psycho Say and Warrior Instant are also getting very close to each other. As they come up the hill into turn 4, Warrior Ins is definitely quicker through there, but he just didn't have anywhere to go to try and overtake. This is a very, very tight circuit. Even though it's not as tight as Monaco, I definitely see why they call it the Monaco without the boats and without the walls.
oh yeah, you're absolutely right, Blaine. And I didn't see what happened to Bats, but my guess is he spun coming out of turn one. That's always a tough spot for traction. I think that's what it was. Sorry that we did miss it. But Taz just pit and Breezy. That's early, isn't it?
Lap 7.
I mean, not too early, but yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
I think in my race, the predicted strategy there was lap 9, which is exactly why I got disconnected from the race. But they're doing a little bit of an undercut here. Breezy and Tasmanian Devil, they're both going to lose quite a few positions because the field wasn't really too spread out there. And they're going to be coming out, is it going to be, 12th place, possibly 13th? Yeah, there we go, Breezy in 13th,
though.
but Tasmanian Devil managed to get ahead into 10th, so he really benefited from that one, and now he's got a couple of cars between himself and Breezy, but Assassin stayed out, continued on for more races, for another one lap, and then we're watching as Mebby, Stanley, and Chatty Duck are super close to each other through this lap 7 right now, and we will see what they're going to do, because they're on the medium tires, they don't have to pit right now, they can keep on battling it out here.
Yeah, but I think they must... Unless I didn't do a practice half race, so I honestly don't know exactly how long the mediums can make it, but I don't know if they can make it the whole race. And I think, gosh, it just sucks for Breezy. He went in at the exact same time and came out. Now he's already had to pass that one. It's fairly easy, but now he's going to have to pass someone else. Looks like Warriors getting past Psycho. I think Psycho's probably starting to lose his tires. Probably going to pit in. Did Possession stay out?
Yeah, Assassin is still out there, but we do have Bats Plus, Chatty, and Psycho Sane pitting, and Mebby going for the overtake on Stanley into turn 1. Stanley is going to try and fight it back, but he doesn't really manage to get the traction out of turn 1, and Mebby's up into P4 on both of them on the medium tires. Now we have a lot of medium tire runners in the top 10, except for Assassin pretty much, and... yeah, I mean, even KGB only about 7 seconds behind. Oh, we have a spinner. We have somebody spun out. And is that Assassin? It is Assassin.
Oh, my gosh.
It's Assassin. I'm not exactly sure, but I think he might be missing a little bit of his front wing as well. No, he's not missing any front wing, but something happened there. And he definitely lost the car. Now he's lost the position to KGB Black Angel. He's also got 007 right on his back. His tires are probably shot right now. He might have possibly a puncture. I don't think it would be a puncture, but he's definitely got some temperature on those rears after spinning the car. He's going to go into the pits now, but that's going to lose him. That's going to lose him quite a bit of time.
Yeah, he must have spun, and then his tire heats up, and everybody who's played this game knows exactly what happens there. You spin, and then you cannot touch the gas without spinning afterwards. It's unbelievable. And he's changing a front wing. So yeah, that doesn't. Assassin. That's tough. He's gonna have to fight his way back. And now that we've made it through the first set of pit stops, everybody's either on medium or hards. That is perfect for the mediums in the case that a safety car comes. Now they're kind of out of that, and it's Chatty was the only one out of the first pit stops to throw on hards. So he's obviously thinking he's going to go to the end. Blaine, do you think these guys who have just thrown on mediums, like Taz, Bats, Assassin, do you think they're going to make it to the end on those mediums, or are they going to have to pit another?
Honestly, I have a feeling that the likes of Tasmanian and people like, possibly Bats Plus, Assassin. They might be able, Breezy, they might be able to bring a medium tire for, what is that going to be, 26 laps? It's not unheard of. We have seen some really amazing tire management throughout the season, but it's going to be tough. On those last couple of laps, the tires might be, crying out a little bit. We'll have to wait and see. As now Tasmania Devil lining up a move here on the Warrior ends. They only have a 7-lap tire difference on the wear, but Tasmanian Devil makes Warrior ends look like he's standing still on the straight with the DRS there, and he is gotten back up into P5 now. So Tasmanian has now put him into a good position to possibly win the race here tonight if he can try and make up some more positions here in the next few laps before KGB 007, Mebby, and Stanley make their pit stops, because they started this race on this medium tire. So it's getting very, very interesting, and we're not even halfway through the race, only lap 10, so I'm sure we're going to see a lot more action coming here tonight.
Yeah, but I always love these races where I almost am happy that I don't know exactly how long these tires are going to last, so it's fun to watch it play out and watch any track that has a situation where you can have multiple strategies happening at once. It's always fun to watch and see how it plays out. I'm not even exactly sure. I mean, Taz right now, it looks like he's throwing in some pretty fast laps. From what I remember from when I was practicing, I just cannot imagine it's going to last another 25. That's going to be a total of 27 laps on the medium tires. I don't know if that's possible. I do believe that he'd still win this race even if he has to pit one more time. I don't doubt that at all, because the guys who are on mediums right now are probably going to have to pit to hards.
Oh, and there's a big battle going on here, a little bit of contact. Sorry to interrupt there, but Passasso has tried to make an overtake on Bats Plus. Bats Plus kind of moved a little bit over to the left and almost spun out Passasso, but Passasso manages to get up into P9. Now he's chasing down Zeppelin into turn 1, but doesn't quite make up the time that he needs there. He's going to have another DRS, and Bats Plus and Chatty make contact, and Chatty had to catch the car from spinning out. So Bats Plus, they're getting into a couple of contacts in a matter of a couple of corners.
Yeah, exactly, and that's oh, now he's going to try to see. Yeah, and Bats is in a really tough spot now because he's stuck behind Zeppelin, who's on hards, who's on old hards for that. And he's gonna have he's not gonna have a tough time passing him, but this is a really annoying spot where he's essentially gonna lose Assassin right now. Oh, and Zeppelin, he got lucky. Zeppelin just hit the wall. I don't think it's gonna be a safety car.
It's a VSC. It's a virtual safety car because I'm guessing of the debris on the track, because Zeppelin did lose his front wing with that hit into the wall. It looks like Stanley's gonna use this chance to pit, but he's going to have to put on hards here. He's not going to be able to make the softs work for 13 laps. Or 23 laps, sorry. There's absolutely no way. So there we go. He does go on to the hard tire, and he's going to take this hard tire until the end, but it's not going to be an easy one. DRS is now re-enabled, and the VSC is over. Let's go back to the front, because it looks like 007 did make up some time through the VSC on KGB, and Tasmania Devil still about 7 seconds behind this fight, so he's going to have to start catching up a little bit more. Stanley's going to come out of the pits in P7 and on a brand new set of hard tires, so he definitely saved some time by pitting under VSC. It's just going to be a question of, is he going to be quick enough on those hards, and how long can the guys on the mediums make their tires work? So again, that's another factor that's been added into the race now, and I think that VSC might possibly help out Stanley here to get a better position tonight. We'll wait and see.
I think it will. I think it was his best option, honestly. I love these gamble moments that guys go for, because he saw a moment, he has to pit anyways. He was probably planning on pitting on hards. He's right there next to the pit lane. VSC comes out, you know the hards are going to last that long. So I guess I don't even want to call it a gamble, but I think it was the right choice for Stanley. Yes, we will see how it plays out. You never know. But I think that was absolutely the right choice for someone who was just on hards. And obviously KGB, the top three, had already passed the pit lane by then. So they're going to stretch him out a little bit longer. It will be interesting to see how much longer they stretch him out for. Maybe lap 15 is what I'd almost imagine. And we can already see Taz catching up on that. He will easily pass them. But again, I think we would agree, Glenn, that we're expecting Taz to have to pit one more time, or were you saying that you think he's gonna stretch him out?
I think he might try and stretch him out, but we will definitely keep an eye on that. I just wanted to mention that Passassin made up another position there on Stanley, so he's now up into P7. And we're also watching as 007 is getting very, very close to KGB Black Angel. They're on the same tires, they're on the same age of tires. They both started this race on that medium tire, and this is about possibly to be a good overtaking spot here with the DRS zone coming up. He does need to get around KGB Black Angel as soon as possible, as as I was going to say, maybe he's coming up to them, but maybe now pits, so maybe goes for an early pit stop as well. Is he also going to go for that hard tire? And if we're going to use these guys as examples of how long a medium can last, then in that case, people like Tasmanian and Passassin, they're not going to make it until the end of the race on the medium. But then again, it might just be another gamble, like you mentioned, with Stanley, to put on the hard tire and take it until the end, and gambling on the fact that the others cannot make it on the medium. That's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, Blinn, I think I always like making this pun, but I do think Taz is in the driver's seat right now because he has enough pace to be able to pit one more time. So I think he may not even know if he's planning on pitting for sure, but I absolutely think because what he would do if he's gonna pit one more time is stretch these out a little bit and then put on sauce for the end, probably 9 laps. So that would probably be his plan because yeah, I mean we're watching. We just saw Mebe pit lap 13, so he did about 14 laps on medium tires. Gosh, 27. Yeah, there goes KGB. Yeah, I don't think. I'd be surprised if Taz made it that long. I'd be really impressed. Because we're probably going to see KGB go on hards right now, and 007 come in next lap for hards.
All right, so if we're using that logic, that means that the likes of 007 and Tasmanian will have to pit around, what's that going to be, lap 25 or so, 26, and then they're going to have about 10 laps to do on softs. I mean, they could stretch those mediums a little bit more. Oh, there goes Passassin on maybe into turn 1 as KGB Black Angel comes out of the pits in front of them. And maybe and Passassin still battling it out side by side coming into turn 3. How is this going to work out here? Oh, maybe they're giving the space to Passassin. I was completely sure that he's going to try and fight it out a little bit more aggressively there, but he just slowed down and let Passassin through. But now he's coming back at him again. Oh, a little bit of a touch on the back of the car. And maybe and Passassin are getting a little bit too close for comfort there.
Yeah, that was good. I think Mebe, he wanted to fight a little bit harder, but he knew his hard tires. I mean, coming around that, I think it's turn 3. Coming around turn 3, turn 2. It's all about traction. Even though Passassin has 5 laps on those hards, it's gonna be way better on traction than Mebe's new hards. So that was well done by Passassin. He needed to do that quickly. And what? Did something just happen to KGB? No, okay. But yeah, looks like KGB is going to be going to the end on the hards, and yeah, I think we're going to see Taz stretch those out to about 15 laps as well. I'm surprised to see 007. He didn't want to cover off the undercut from KGB, and he is going to be, yeah, I mean, he's probably hoping for a safety car right now. I think him and Warriors are just kind of stretching out the mediums as long as they can. Pray for a safety car. But they are going to have to pit eventually.
All right, yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on that. But if you guys are watching, thank you guys so much again for your support of TCR. Make sure you leave a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. And leave us some more messages in the live chat. Definitely like reading those. Chris is letting us know that it looks like Breezy had to pit for damage, so we didn't notice that, but Breezy is definitely down a few positions in 12th place on a 7-lap-old medium tire, and there goes 007 now into the pits to change from those mediums. So he's done 15 laps on them. Is Warriors going to respond here, or is he going to continue on? Because that's going to be the longest runner on mediums that we have seen. Yeah, Warriors is going to be coming into the pits as well. So using that logic, Tasmanian will have to pit in about 7 or 8 laps. That will be about lap 25. That's going to be a tough one. I'm not even sure if a soft tire can make it until the end of the race with 10 laps to go, unless we do have a safety car. As on the exit here, Mebi has to battle it out with 007. 007 around the outside might be able to keep the position here, and he does.
Oh, they got blue flag.
And Assassin on KGB here, catching up very, very quickly as well. It looked like he was going to go for the move, but I think with Mebi or 007, or yeah, Mebi coming out of the pits, it was a little bit complicated there.
Oh, this is fun for KGB. He's got to back up Assassin. It's not going to be easy, but he's going to back him up as much as he can right now, because what we got? Oh, someone's out. Oh, Warrior's out. Oh, that could be safety car. Yep, that's safety car.
It is a safety car indeed,
Pit for
and
mediums.
it looks like Warrior's lost the car here at the entry into turn 5, and his car has unfortunately disappeared from the track. Tasmanian into the pits.
KGB pit. Yeah, he's got a pit. Yep. Everybody's going on mediums.
Let's take a look. KGB,
what is he
yeah.
doing?
Oh,
What is
KGB almost going into the wall there, and he manages to bring it into the pits after all.
I'm so sorry. I'm interrupting, but why is Assassin staying out? He just stayed out. Makes no sense. He has another set of mediums, right? I mean,
I think so. Yeah. I mean, this is a very interesting situation right now. But Tasmanian pits. Comes out of the pits still in first place. On a brand new set of mediums, Assassin on the 8th lap old medium. We had 007 also pit. Drive-through penalty for Zeppelin for speeding. So 007 is on a brand new set of hard tires to finish out this race. We also have Black Angel pit for brand new mediums, and he also gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car.
Wow, that's surprising and very unfortunate.
So Bats Plus, really Psycho Sane, Dreamsy, and Bats Plus also pitted. A big mix of tire strategies right now. This is going to be a great finish to this race.
Yeah, this is all over the place, Glenn. I thought I was being smart, but I thought everybody was just going to pit for mediums at this point. Obviously, it does make sense for someone like Mebe. He's thinking, you know what, I'm already on hards. They're not fast as the mediums, but they're fast enough, and you know he's obviously in third right now, so that's a good spot to be in. So it is sort of a gamble, but man, I almost think you got it wherever you're at. You got to pit for mediums under this because you're just gonna get bunched up, and I think the hards have KGB. I feel so bad for him because he's in such a good spot. Taz has basically got this. I'm not going to say he has it in the bag, but he should, as long as he stays it. Well, him and Passassin are definitely going to be going at it. But again, I don't. And I'm sorry, Passassin, you've won 5 races in a row, so you do know better than me. But I'm very surprised to see him still staying out there on medium. He's got to be thinking of going to the end on him, right? Right, Blend? I mean, there's no way at this point he can do another pit stop and think that he's even going to get a decent amount of points.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
That would be my thinking here too. At this point, you can't really pit now because you're going to lose all of the positions. You're going to be right at the back of everyone, and no matter what tires you're going to be on, that's just going to be too much work. So I think he's going to try and stretch it. We will see if that's going to work out. He's, as you said, he won 5 races in a row. It's not like he's in a big risk of losing the lead of the championship or anything else like that. He's pretty much got double the points on 007 in second place in the championship right now. So he's in a very comfortable place. But yeah, I think it was a definite mistake not to pit. Even if you would have been double stacking with Tasmanian Devil, you still would have only lost a couple of positions and had that tire advantage. But we'll see. I mean, if Assassin pulls this out and manages to even keep it in second here tonight and make it until the end of the race on that same set of tires, he's going to prove all of us wrong. Let's see if he can do that.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right, Blend. I don't doubt him for a second. I don't think they were near each other for the double stack. And even if you had to wait 5 extra seconds for the double stack, I still think it would have made more sense to stay on or put on mediums, because I think you make a good point, but it can go both ways. He's the championship leader, so why is he risking blowing a tire on the last few laps? Even if he gets, even if he had to pit and he gets backed up,
Yep.
maybe he's in fifth. Maybe he's in fifth place or sixth place behind a bunch of guys on hards, and he's got enough pace. I think. And again, I
Yeah,
think
I
probably
agree.
what happened is he stayed out and then realized he's like, oh crap, I have to stay out. I've committed to my strategy. And I think Seafreeze was talking about that last night too with our go to race with sometimes when you pick a strategy, you have to just stick with it. And that's probably what happened to Passassin, because now even if he wanted to pit for mediums, now it's just too late. He has no choice.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting end to this race, but it's lap 20 of 35. We're on the safety car. It might be pulling in at the end of this lap. I would think so.
Yeah, I
But
think
if you
so.
guys are watching, this is a good chance for us to mention again, our link to our website is in the description of the video. You guys can sign up and race with our silver, golden, or platinum class, depending on where you end up in terms of, the assists and experience level and things like that. And also, you can check out the link to our affiliate sponsor, Fanatec, where you can support the league and also get yourself a lot of really great racing equipment. So check them out, and check out all of our stuff as well. You can check out all of our social media links that are also in there. This is going to be a really interesting ending here, and safety car will be coming in on this lap. Let's get ready for the restart.
Yeah. All right. So Blinn, Taz, don't mess up. You have this in the bag. Who's your second and third place right now? I don't even know.
Well, I'm going to gamble and say that Possession is going to be able to make this tire work for himself until the end of the race. And then I think 007 is going to be on the podium with them as well. But as we get started here, Tasmanian Devil seems to have a pretty good restart.
Ooh.
He's slowing down a little bit now. And there we go. So nobody was really close enough to make anything happen there. Although Black Angel is catching up on Chatty on the straight into turn one. And not really anything happening there. Pretty good restart from Tasmanian Devil, Assassin, and Mebby at the front. So now they're just going to have to keep position. We're not going to have DRS for 3 laps, but then we will have the DRS enabled again. KGB still catching up on Chatty as they're on this first restart lap. And the difference in tires could be coming into effect here, but it also just could be the tire temperature, because under the safety car, it's really difficult to keep your tires in temperature and then get them heated up again. So we'll see what happens here. KGB, he's going to go for the move into the chicane there. He really thought about it, but luckily had enough stopping distance to avoid a big incident there.
Yeah, that was optimistic, I think, to say the least. Sometimes you can't help yourself go for gaps like that, but at the end of the day, he's got to set this up and be patient. I mean, I guess he can't be patient. He has a drive-through penalty, so I think it is. I unfortunately think it's a waste to go for a move like that, especially because you're going to, unfortunately for KGB, he's going to end up in the back after this pit stop, and Taz puts in the fastest lap on the mediums. No surprise there. Again, all he has to do is drive to the end of the race, and it looks like 007 staying intact with Mebe. So I think your prediction is going to be pretty good here. It's pretty much going to be, can Passassin hang on to those tires? And the nice thing is when he looks behind him, all he sees is hard runners right now. So he can sacrifice. He's probably accepting the fact that he's not going to win the race. He knows Taz has the pace. He has new tires. He's going to take it away. So right now he's just going to save tires, save ERS, and when he needs to, he'll defend against the hard runners. But I think for now he's going to be okay.
All right, yeah, I mean, that sounds like a pretty good plan there, and we'll see if he'll be able to execute on that as we're watching Breezy catching up ever so closely to Chatty Duck and trying to make something happen here, but it's going to be a little bit more time before we have DRS, where he's really able to try and make an overtake happen unless Chatty Duck makes a mistake. But it's been a very close race all around, even when we did not have the safety car come out. It was very close all around. We had battling going on throughout the whole race. We're now on lap 22, so 13 laps more to go around Hungaroring. Tasmanian Devil sets another fastest lap with a 1:17.3, only about 3 seconds or 3.5 seconds behind their qualifying times. That's not bad at all for the race trim. And Breezy is going to have DRS on the next lap to try and overtake Chatty, but he's going to try and have a little bit of a looky look here into turn 1. Wasn't quite close enough, but yeah, this is very exciting to watch.
Yeah, and Breezy unfortunately is going to have to gamble. Exactly kind of how Assassin did. He figured the only way he could stay up top and maybe get some points, stay out on those mediums. And the unfortunate thing for him versus Assassin is right now he is giving it. He is giving his tires at all. And I mean, we saw on the medium. Oh, and Chatty gets a little out of. Oh my gosh. Oh. They're getting very close. I think Breezy needs to hang on. I think he can get him on the straight. But again, I mean, if guys were pitting on mediums, I mean, the most we saw, it was, I think, 15, 16 laps, Glenn. So, I mean, even right now, his tires have got to start to feel not great at minimum.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. This is going to be a big gamble for a lot of drivers here tonight with these tire strategies. But here comes Bats Plus trying to catch up on Breezy. Breezy trying to catch up on Chatty. Chatty is trying to catch up on Stanley in front. It's all really kicking off right now. Chatty a little bit wiggly on the exit of turn 1. Breezy is thinking about going for a move into turn 2. Oh my goodness. That was going to be a very ambitious move there if he was going to really go for it as they come up the hill now into turn 4. And Bats Plus are even having to lift off a little bit to give himself a bit of space in the case that something happens in front of him. That is pretty smart driving there from Bats Plus.
Completely agree, Glenn. I think Bats is playing this perfectly. This is what he sees in front of him. He sees, and he's probably, you know, it's very easy to get on the radio and figure out how much laps Breezy has done on those. He knows he's on 15 laps, so it's perfectly fine for Bats right now. I know it seems like he only has 11 laps, but it's okay for him to be patient right now because he could conceivably, I mean, he can get up. I mean, this is a train to Stanley, right? Yeah, so he can easily get up to 5th against Stanley if he just stays patient. But he's going to have to pass Breezy soon and Chatty. It's going to be hard with all the DRS trains going on right now.
Yeah, and with the DRS once again on the side finish straight, Breezy trying to go to see if there's any sort of space to go on Chatty. And there wasn't on that occasion just yet. Psycho Sane, yeah, getting around Dreamy there into turn 1. So people are still battling it out for positions here. Dreamy trying to go up the inside for a switchback, but that is not going to be a chance there that he wants to take. So now Breezy, Chatty, Stanley, these guys are still locked into this battle. Bats Plus following them very closely as well. 4 cars in this DRS train. And I'm really amazed that Stanley is being able to, hold off his enemies here behind him.
Yeah, it's working out perfect for him that Breezy's so close to Chatty, and the only tough thing about Stanley is he has a lower amount of ERS right now than the guys behind him. 10 laps is a long time to hold that. No, Breezy. I think this might be the time Breezy needs to do it. As in, wait for the straight, but he's going to get as close as he can to him as possible. And Bats again, hey, stay impatient. This could be really fun going into turn 1 here.
Here comes Breezy with the DRS. Chatty lost out on the DRS on Stanley in front of him, so this is the perfect chance for Breezy and also for Bats Plus. Bats Plus is going to go down the inside. There's a little bit of a touching there, but Bats Plus still trying to get ahead. He's going to have the DRS on this one as well. As they go into turn 2, he's going to go around the outside, but Chatty defends the inside here, and I think he's going to keep the position for now.
Bats wanted to stick his nose into that turn so bad, but I think he's playing this very smart. As much as he wants to be up in front of Chatty, he knows he can do it on the next lap. Just stay close to him. You have much better tires on a different set of tires. So I think Bats is, even though he's in 8th right now, I think he's playing this well and could be up a few spots. I'm going to keep keeping an eye on the distance between Mebe and Assassin. He lost about a half a tenth in the past lap or so. So far, Assassin is not slowing down. And it's going to be really nice for him. I mean, he only has about 35% ERS, but yeah, I still think Assassin's in a good spot, and 007 is probably biding his time, getting as close to Mebe as possible right now for that podium.
Here comes Breezy on Stanley on the start-finish straight before they get into turn 1. Is he going to be able to make this one work with the DRS, with the ERS going down the inside on Stanley? Stanley's going to defend the outside of the corner, which is going to turn into the inside on turn 2, but Breezy's going to try and take it around the outside of the corner there. They're going to be side-by-side coming through, but Stanley manages to keep the position, and defending is a very nice art that he just showed us there.
Yeah. Gotta give it up to those tires as well. He's making those hard stick. And what do we have? Sector 2, who's doing? Is that Psycho? Psycho's mid-spin. See, he has lost his entire front wing. Are we gonna have a VSC? Yeah, he lost his entire front wing. That's too bad. Yep. Oh my gosh, safety car.
It's a safety car. It's another safety car. Lap 27 of 35. So this could be a chance for Possassin. Possassin does pit.
What?
Possassin is going into the pits. He's going to gamble it out. He's going to put on some fresh, soft tires. I'm sure he's going to go for he's going to go for the red stripe tires here. How many positions is he going to lose, do you think?
A lot. Yeah, probably, I guess, to 4th. Oh my gosh, actually this could make a lot of sense. At first I thought, again, why do I, he's going to be close to Stanley. He gets past him. Stanley gets past him. He ends up, where's Possassin going to end up? Oh, he's trying to having a race within the safety car, trying to get as much as he can. I mean, Possassin's tires must have been so bad, and now he's behind Breezy. He'll get past Breezy. He's gonna have to move fast, but the good thing for Possassin is he is very fast. I was surprised to see him go in, but now, oh my gosh, this is just a lot of fun. There's just so many different types, like even in the top 5. I mean, I know we got 3 hards, but they all pitted basically on different laps. And we see Breezy stay out there on mediums. It's bold. But I think staying out on mediums makes perfect sense. You got a couple laps now. Because look at how far away Zeppelin is. He's just coming out of the pits. I mean, we might not restart till lap 30.
Yeah, this is going to be an incredible end to this race. It was already going to be interesting, but now with this late safety car, it's going to bring everybody nice and close together with all of that mix of different tire strategies. Get yourselves ready, because I think we're going to have a really nice 5-lap blitz here at the end with a lot of drivers fighting it out. Pretty much almost everyone is in the points. I mean, with the exception of Psycho, Zeppelin, and Claudio, everybody else is going to be fighting for points. Oh, it looks like Black Angel decides to pit as well. He's going to lose a bunch of positions. He's going to pretty much come out right around last place once he's done with his pit stop, and he's going to fit on a set of soft tires as well. But it might be a little bit too late, and that's going to be a lot of positions for him to make up now.
Yeah, that's a tough call. I mean, the problem... and not that it's hard to know when you're in there. You only hit, you don't get the full leaderboard unless you got an app pulled up or something. But you most of the time don't have the full leaderboard in front of you. And unfortunately for KGB, wait, he has a drive-through now, or is that just a penalty? What is that? Is that just a penalty?
So KGB had that penalty from before. Actually, he had that from the first safety car.
And he didn't serve it in the pits?
Nope, because he didn't pit in between. So he pitted under the safety car that was not allowed to obviously serve a drive-through, and he still has a drive-through to his name.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, I mean, KGB is unfortunately out of it, and as crazy as it sounds, Possassin's going for the win here. I mean, and he can do it. I have full confidence he can make this happen in 5 laps. 5 laps around this track is a long time, especially when you have everybody in front of you at minimum has 10 laps on their tires. It doesn't even matter what tires they're on. 10 laps is a long time on the mediums or hards, and all the hard tires. I mean, 007, I think he's got to be feeling pretty decent right now. It's going to be hard to pass Mebe. It's going to be hard to pass Taz. I think Taz is going to be perfectly fine with his tires. The safety car is definitely going to help, but then, yeah, they're not going to come in this layer. The safety car's not coming in this. Oh, is it? Sorry. Yeah, they're going.
Yeah, they are back to racing again, and the green flag is out. Tasmanian Devil gets a really good restart there. Maybe, and let's see what Passassin is going to go on Breezy down the inside there, and Passassin is up into P5 already, so that's one position made up. We're going to have to keep an eye on him because he's going to be trying to go for the win here tonight for sure, but Tasmanian Devil is probably going to pull up by quite a bit here. As he's going for a move on Stanley now. He's not waiting around as they're coming through turn 4, and Passassin is up into P4.
Yeah, that was well done by Passassin. You can see he knows, and like I said, this is legitimately for the win. He can. I think this. I don't want to say easy, but yeah, I mean, new softs against semi-old hards. I mean, yeah, he's about to get past him right now. Oh man, yeah, I think Passassin's got this race.
He's up into P3 already, overtaking 007 there. Now he's 1.1 seconds behind Mebby. So this is coming. I mean, he made up 3 positions in a single lap. That is incredible.
Yeah, I don't know why I even doubted his decision to pit for a second. That was a perfect decision. It is so hard to. I think he was in second at the time, but it is so hard to pit when you're even in the podium spots, and that's why we see Mebe and Taz not pitting at all. Looks like Chatty just got in front of Bats, and he's probably going to get Breezy here soon. And anybody on the sauce right now is going to be like we normally see in online lobbies. So it's. And yeah, I mean, Passassin's gonna. I don't see how he does it. Again, minus any complete mistakes or touching any curbs we're not supposed to. I think he's got this race in the bag. So, I mean, I love when strategies like when and at first it seems like a gamble, but it was just such the right call. And it's so nice to see drivers rewarded with such good strategy calls like Passassin is tonight.
And he is now right on the back wing of Mebby as we're coming to the end of lap 31. Only a few more laps to go, but I think we're going to have DRS enabled in a matter of another lap or so. So let's see here. Passassin's not waiting around for that, though. He says, all right, I'm going to go for it before the DRS. Mebby goes really wide on the entry into the last corner. Passassin thought of going for it. DRS has now been enabled, but they're not going to have it on this particular start-finish straight. But here goes Passassin for the overtake before they even make it into turn 1. Is Mebby going to try and fight it back with a switchback or anything else of the kind? Nope. It's going to be Passassin back up into P2, 1.3 seconds behind Tasmanian Devil, and he's got 3 laps to try and catch up to him.
Yeah, and Chatty gets past Breezy there, no surprise. But yeah, I mean, Passassin has us in the bag. He's going to get him on this next straight. I almost guarantee it. He has incredible pace to begin with. We saw that in qualifying, and we've seen that throughout this season. I think he's really about to make it this a six win. And early on, we're about midway through the race when we did not think that. I mean, we knew it was a possibility, but we didn't think at the time that it was going to happen. Gosh, hats off to Passassin. He's just driving perfect right now, and Taz just knows he's going to get eaten up. There's literally nothing he can do about it. He's going to be having a great finish, though. For this first time back in TCR, I think he said, that was just a great result to come into Platinum and get second place. This is where we'll watch Assassin pass him right here. And it looks like Tasmanian Devil is going to battle it back into the middle. Into turn 1. Gosh. There's a lot of contact there. They're still battling out. They're still making contact. They're still bouncing off of each other there. And Tasmanian was doing everything he could
to try and make sure Passassin doesn't get through, but Passassin is back up into the lead of the race. But Tasmania's still going to have DRS as long as he can stay within a second. Maybe he'll have another chance to try and overtake. I mean, I'm sure Passassin had to use a lot of his tires there to make up those positions. Maybe that will have a little bit of an effect on it, but let's keep an eye on this as Passassin makes up another position, back up into the lead once again.
Yeah, but this has got to be at the end of the race I don't know how to say it, but the most different strategies happening all at once. We have the top three all on different tires. It's a ridiculous looking leaderboard, but I love it because it makes for a great race to watch. You never know what's going to happen. And Passassin, I mean, it took him 3 laps. He got past 5 people. It's amazing. Well done to him.
So Tasmanian Devil there in second place, already out of the DRS zone, unfortunately, of Passassin. But behind them, there's a battle going on still for P3 between 007 and Mebi. They are very close to each other, and with a couple of laps to go here, this could turn out to be possibly the last battle for the podium positions.
Oh. Dreamy just hit the wall on the inside. Oh, that's tough. He's going to get taken by Psycho, I think.
Oh, that is unfortunate for Dreamsy there. He's going to struggle now to hold on to the car, as now Psycho Satan is going to go down the inside of him.
Nice pass.
And he makes it up into P8 there.
Yeah, Dreamsy. He's got damage for sure. I don't think I can see it, but he's... Unfortunately, his race is over at this point. He must have damage. I don't think I can see it on his car, but I think, like we saw earlier, I think someone had damage and we couldn't see it, so that's no surprise. I even had a glitch early on this year where I had damage in the car. When you look at it, it looks green, so that can certainly happen. And we have another spin. Sector 2, is that Claudio? I think so.
007 trying to catch up on Mebi, but that was his best chance there on the start-finish straight, and he wasn't quite close enough. He's got another DRS zone here. He's using all of his ERS as well, but he's not able to catch up. Oh, he did make up a little bit of place or time there on Mebi, as Mebi went a little bit wide into turn 2. But I think this might be it for 007 and Mebi in the fight for P3, because there aren't really any other good overtaking places on this track. We have a yellow flag in Sector 3. I'm not sure what happened there, but at the front, Passassin and Tasmanian Devil in the lead of this race, and Passassin is going to make this 6 in a row. That is absolutely unbelievable. Even when we thought that Tasmanian Devil had a chance to win this race, that late safety car played right into the hands of Passassin. That pit stop, those soft tires, all of it came together, and here comes Passassin around the last corner on lap 35 to complete another race win for 6 in a row in Season 12.
And he slams into the wall. Love it. Oh, that was him and Taz. And there they go. That's the way we love to love it. But I think we're gonna see driver of the day Mebe. Coming up from, I think, what would that be? I think 8 positions, so he started in 11th. Congrats to Mebe. That's an awesome podium. That's a fantastic podium. How many laps did he do? Yeah, so he did basically the normal strategy of the mediums to hards, and he made that work fantastic. How many?
So there we go. That is Passassin with another win. Tasmanian Devil in his debut in Season 12 gets second place there. Mebi gets third, 007 in fourth, Chatty in fifth, Breezy in sixth, Stanley in seventh, Psycho Sane in eighth, Zeppelin in ninth, and Dreamsy managed to get the last point of tonight's race with Bats Plus in 11th, KGB in 12th, and Claudio in 13th, and Warriors unfortunately being the only DNF out of the race. But wow, what an exciting race that was. We literally could not call it at any given moment. We couldn't really, predict what could have possibly happened there, but that late safety car really helped out Passassin. It was the perfect timing for him to change over to a brand new set of soft tires, and then you saw how quickly he was able to make up those positions. So he spraying the champagne for 6 times in a row in this season 12. Absolutely unbelievable to even say that. And tonight he also got the pole position. I'm not sure if he got the fastest lap of the race or not, but
Looks like KGB got it.
yeah, looks like
Stole it.
KGB stole that one. But that doesn't really matter. That extra point wasn't really going to be a deal breaker here tonight for
No.
Assassin. And that's going to be another extension to his lead in the championship. Tasmania Devil in second, Mebby in third, 007 in fourth, Chatty in fifth, Breezy in sixth, Stanley in seventh, Psycho Sane in eighth. We have Zeppelin in ninth, Dreamsy with 10th position, and then Bats Plus in 11th. KGB Black Angel with the fastest lap of the race in 12th position, Claudio in 13th, and Warriors was the only DNF out of tonight's race. Wow, that was very exciting. Two safety cars, a VSC, a couple of really great overtakes and battles, and we're going to hear from Assassin, Tasmania Devil, and maybe hopefully as well in our post-race interviews here in just a few moments.
Yeah, that was fantastic, and I'm most happy to see Taz fighting as hard as he could against Assassin. I don't think they were in. I'd be surprised if they were in the same chat, because if they were, they might have been yelling at each other from that contact. But obviously they're both all right, and they both had amazing races. And it's gonna be. We can probably ask Paz or Assassin how his tires were doing. I'm really curious. Did anyone? And I'm sorry I missed it, but did anyone? How many laps do we? I think Breezy would have been the one that was on the mediums the longest. I think maybe 24 laps. I think 25. But
yeah, somewhere close to that.
But yeah, obviously Assassin made the right move, pitting there for Sauce.
All right, so I've just invited the top three finishers into the voice chat here so we can hear from them in the interviews. But yeah, what an amazing race that was. If you guys missed out on that, definitely rewind it and watch it back, because it started off very calm and collected. Everybody was behaving. Everyone was doing a really good job of getting around the track. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere pretty much, things started really kicking off. And then we had a VSC, then a safety car, then a really late safety car, lap 27 as well, that really changed the outcome of the race. And yeah, I mean, at the end of it there, we couldn't really call it. We couldn't really say what was going to happen, because it was crazy. There was battling everywhere. And then, of course, Assassin with those overtakes there on the last couple of laps to bring it back up to the win of the race here tonight, and 6 in a row. So I did see a couple of the drivers already joining in the chat here. I think I saw Assassin and possibly Mebby. Mebby, are you with us?
I don't think Mebby
Nope.
is.
All right, so did we see Taz joining us then?
Yeah, looks like we got Taz Assassin here.
All right, Taz, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, Taz, how's it going, man? Welcome to Season 12. We haven't seen you all season.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's good to be back after such a long time, and yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, tonight's race was definitely, as I mentioned, hard to call from our perspective here as commentators or viewers. There's a lot of things happening, a lot of factors at play as well with everybody's race strategies and tires and pit stops and safety cars and everything else that came to play here tonight. Tell us about it from your perspective. Did you have to sort of change plans, or did you pretty much stick it out and do exactly what you planned to do?
Well, I wasn't expecting there to be a safety cars so late into the race, but I mean, I already knew qualifying was going to be a struggle, because I was really struggling with tire temperatures when practicing for the race. So I made some changes to the setup that compromised qualifying in order to be a little bit more comfortable in the race. But yeah, once Assassin put it on pole, I immediately knew I was going to go for the undercut. Because I knew I could stay close enough to be within range, and then, I mean, it'd pretty much be a guarantee that I'd come out in front when he pit. But I mean, he made a mistake somewhere on his end lap. I'm not exactly sure where or what happened, but I did see yellow flags.
Yeah, I'll tell you what happened. Coming up, the turn 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hit the death curve, but my car just lost it on the exit, and I hit the wall a bit. Jeff kept saying I had rear wing damage, but I didn't have any. I broke my front wing a bit, got a little bit stranded on the curb, had to reset the track or else I would have been stuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was basically what lost me it.
Okay, so in that case, I would have won the race because you're not allowed to reset the track. So,
I literally.
yeah. Anyways,
Well, Fike wasn't thinking when he got stranded in Canada. They told that you could reset the track if you're stuck. I
yeah,
wasn't gonna get disqualified.
yeah, but I saw that and immediately knew that. I mean, if there were no more safety cars, I'd have the race in the bag.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
you
you
would have
lost
had
a
it
lot of
easily.
time.
I got very lucky with the safety cars.
Yeah. So not too long after that, another safety car came out and bunched up the field. I had enough of a gap to pit for mediums again and come out first, so I did that. And from there, I mean, again, it would have been a case of, an easy win because I had the freshest tires of, everyone around me. And then another safety car came out, and I pretty much had like no time to respond. So yeah, I thought about pitting, but ultimately I decided not to because I knew I'd have quite a few cars to overtake, and I wasn't really sure. If someone makes a mistake in front of me and I get wing damage, it's GG. Because a similar situation happened to me last season in a different race. Someone lost control of their car in front of me and gave me wing damage, which ruined my chances of winning 7 in a row. I mean, that was a bad strat call, but yeah. Anyways, turns out that staying out on the set of tires that I was on was the wrong call and made the right call. But I mean, I can sort of understand like why he did it, because in his situation, he wouldn't really lose anything because everyone behind us really was, pretty far off of our pace, and he'd fly by them on the softs. I didn't expect him to fly by that quickly, but yeah. So
All right.
all in all,
Almost impossible when you're in first to just pit, and you know that you're going to pit and lose a bunch of places, and you're absolutely right, Des, because Blinn and I were talking about it at the time. I mean, you guys don't know exactly what's behind you and who's on what tires, especially in that race. I mean, the top 3 all ended soft, medium, hard. So it's just a mess of different tires, and it's absolutely a risk. It was a gamble for Passassin. When he first did it, we were like, Blinn and I were like, oh my gosh, what is Passassin doing? He's going to end up in like 6. But, I mean, a 5-lap race when he's on new softs against mediums and hards. Obviously, congrats Passassin, but congrats Stas. I mean, coming back 2nd place. I don't think that's a bad result. So, well done both of you.
All right, and then jumping over to our winner here tonight for the 6th time in a row in Season 12, it is Passassin on the top step here. We already heard a little bit about your race there and what happened to you with the spin, but I mean, other than that, I just wanted to ask, what is sort of the key to your success? I know that you practice a lot for a lot of these races and that you get to play, the game for quite a bit of time, but is it just the practice itself? Is it that you have some special equipment that allows you to really get a good feel for the car? What is it that you feel personally that allows you to get the success every single week?
Well, honestly, it's obviously 400 hours of practice is a big reason, and I have a good rig, of course, sponsored by the one and only my dad. But yeah, I mean, you just have to not crumble under pressure. And when I knew Taz was pulling away from me on those much younger tires, I was just trying to keep it with him. Although I was thinking in my head, I'm not gonna have a chance to win this, barring a safety car. So when the safety car came out, I was like, yes! And when I saw Taz pit, I was like, oh, well then. And yeah, I mean, the first lap after the after the last safety car was a really, really good one. I made 3 overtakes, and yeah, it was just a good execution on the last few laps, and managed to bring it home. But yeah, it was close throughout the race, and yeah, it's definitely a classic in my opinion. I was very happy about the comeback.
Yeah, I mean, that last safety car really fell right into your lap. It gave you that chance to pit and put on those fresh, soft tires and take them until the end of the race. But as you mentioned there, you made three overtakes on that first lap. You made another couple overtakes on the next one. You were pretty much flying out there. But in the case that that safety car would not have come out and you didn't have the chance to change your tires, how are you feeling about finishing the race on those mediums?
They were gonna be fine, but my pace wasn't. It just wasn't gonna be able to compare to Taz's. I would have gotten second place barring a mistake from him, so you never know. But you can't predict the future of something that hadn't happened. But barring any mistake, Taz would have won. I would have came second because of tire situations. But yeah, it's very fortunate with the last safety car and just executed it perfectly, in my opinion.
All right, fire up, Flo. Any questions for our winner here tonight?
No, no, that was it. Just great drive, Possession. Love to see the pit at the end. Made it exciting for us. And at first, right when you first pitted, I thought it was the wrong move. Obviously, was the absolute correct move. Well done. Were you worried about it at all, or did you just know that you were fighting for the race and had a good shot at finishing it?
I wasn't gonna be happy taking anything other than first after, because that's just my mentality. You don't want to race with a mentality trying to go for anything but that. You always want to aim for the top. But yeah,
Congrats, man.
I was just very happy with that race. It was perfect at the end.
Awesome. Well, congrats again to Possession and Tasmanian
Thank you.
on a Mercedes 1-2, and of course to Possession for the sixth win in a row in Season 12. He's really setting himself up there for a great lead in the championship going into the last, what is this going to be, 6 rounds of this championship. So this was round 8. Round 9 next week is going to be in Singapore. It's another street track. I personally really enjoyed that track, so I cannot wait for that one. We're going to be back with you guys on Tuesday with the silver class, and then Wednesday for gold, and then the platinum class. These guys that you were watching here tonight will be back with you as well on Thursday next week for the Singapore Grand Prix. Fire up, Flo, your closing remarks on this race. How did you like it?
No, loved it. Thanks for the great show, guys. It was fun to watch you guys battle for first. It was a fun race overall. I think if you guys do watch it over again, there's different strategies all around. So that's always makes a great race. It was fun to see everyone in the dry as well. So congrats to you guys both for getting the podium.
All right, and thanks again to everybody who's been watching the stream here tonight. We really appreciate your support. Make sure you leave a like and a few more comments, and maybe subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Make sure to return to us again, as I mentioned, next week on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for the 3 classes of TCR racing around Singapore. But tonight was a great show, and yeah, I'm really excited to see how this season is gonna end. So thanks everyone for watching. From Blame Machine, from Fire Up Flow, from everybody in the Platinum class, and everybody at TCR, thank you guys so much, and we will see you very soon. Have a great night. Yet, make sure to return to us again, as I mentioned, next week on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for the 3 classes of TCR racing around Singapore. But tonight was a great show, and yeah, I'm really excited to see how this season is gonna end. So thanks everyone for watching. From Blame Machine, from Fire Up Flow, from everybody in the Platinum class, and everybody at TCR, thank you guys so much, and we will see you very soon. Have a great night.